Over the weekend, I was cooking food for me and my daughter. I heard this really loud thumping sound, like to my left. I was sitting there cooking at the stove and I heard this large thump. I said, "Hey, did you do that?" She was sitting over here and she said, "No." She was like looking at her phone and whatever. She said, "I don't know, Dad." Then I looked to my left and there was a book on the floor. I was like, "Did you put that book there?" She said, "No, I didn't put that book there. It normally sits up on that bookshelf. But this other book on the floor fell down on the floor like Wednesday or Thursday. I just kind of left it there, forgot about it. I'm like, whatever. But that book, the thumping sound that I heard was that book. And I asked my daughter, I said, "Hey, did you do that?" She said, "No." And when I turned to my left, she was sitting over in that seat. I turned to my left and I was like, "Did you do that?" She said, "No, I didn't do that." I, I said, "That book wasn't on the floor. How is it there?" And she said, "I just watched it fall off of the shelf and roll across the floor." I was like, "What the heck?" Books don't just fall. And this shelf has a ledge on it. They can't just like fall. It magically flew off the shelf and went whee, hit the ground. And then she said she watched it roll on its edges. It's one of a million times, if not a billion. I don't know how the heck that happened. If anybody knows, let me know. That's a long distance. It's roughly 7 to 10 foot. There's a bunch of books up on this shelf. When a book falls, gravity takes effect. Watch. Gravity. It just, books don't just magically get up on their edge and roll like that on its edge. Roughly 10 foot away. How does that happen? This other book. She said that other book's on the ground. I said, "Yeah, yeah, that was there since Wednesday or Thursday." How do you explain that? Anyone knows how a book or an object can fall off a shelf that has a ledge on it that keeps things from falling off. How can a book randomly just fall? A book can just randomly fall, but it would stay right there because of gravity. Gravity keeps it down to the ground. And my daughter said, I watched it fall, and she watched it fall, but she watched it roll on its edge all the way to that corner, like almost 10 foot roughly away. I was cooking food. I said, "Hey, did you do that?" She said, "No." I said, "How did it happen?" She said, "I just watched it fall off the bookshelf." I asked her, "Did you put the book there?" She said, "No." I said, "It wasn't there when we got here." And she confirmed that she just watched it fall off the shelf and roll. Dropped and rolled. Gravity doesn't work like that. I don't know. To me, to be exact with you, this is how gravity works. There's a book on the shelf. That book's another book of that book. That's what happened. You drop a book, gravity keeps it in its place. Doesn't purposely go up on its corners and roll. Over to the corner of the red carpet. And that's exactly where it was at. I kept asking her, I said, don't play games with me like that. She said, I'm not. I said, what really happened? She was sitting there, and I can give you her perspective. She was looking at the bookshelf up there, and she watched it drop, roll to the edge of the carpet. That's a long ways for a book to roll. What are the chances of that? 1 in a million? 1 in a billion?